My name is Tiffany Ahalt, and I work as the Director of Sales and Community Engagement for Visit Hagerstown, Washington County Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is a destination marketing organization. I always had a love for hospitality. It probably goes back to my grandmother, who always made sure that when guests stayed at her house, she had the freshest sheets and the nicest coffee, and was just always so hospitable and made people feel welcome. And so it's probably why I always loved staying at my grandmother's. But I also was shaped by people like Martha Stewart. I thought I was also going to be a racehorse trainer. But I soon learned that you needed to have a bit of an education as a backup unless you were pretty wealthy. So I was fortunate to grow up with horses, which really gave me a lot of my great work ethic, working hard. And eventually I graduated from high school. My mom was a single parent. I was the oldest of 4 children. So I knew that I was going to have to pay for my own education. And hospitality management was the route that I chose, the path I chose. An opening became available at the Tourism Council of Frederick County, which at the time was in a very small row home on Church Street, very small staff, pretty small budget compared to what it is today. And so I made that change. I didn't have children. I didn't have a mortgage. I was able to take a pay cut. And I got my foot in the door, right? So that's always so important in our careers, if you can get your foot in the door. And I just learned so much. Eventually, I started my own horse-drawn carriage business with my husband. And eventually, I would take over all the walking tours in downtown Frederick. I created Step One Guide service. And eventually, I created Candlelight Ghost Tours with Ron Engelberger. So all of these things just really taught me a lot about the motor coach industry, about the local tourism industry. You could say I had a little bit of a monopoly in the last 4 years, literally 2 weeks before COVID set in. I had the great opportunity to come and work for Dan Spedden at the team at Visit Hagerstown. When you think about hospitality and tourism, most people think it's, serving at a restaurant, or it's bartending, or it's, working the front desk at a hotel. It's being a lifeguard, working at the amusement park. But there's so much more to it. That's just the first step. And I tell people that if you love history and you love the outdoors, go work for the Park Service. If you are an amazing photographer or videographer, we need you. So think about the industry first, and think about what you enjoy. If you are just naturally inclined to like people and be warm and genuine and willing to learn, you've got a place in hospitality and tourism. Maryland truly is America in the miniature. When you look at our 13 colonies, we're one of those 13 colonies, and so many pages of American history come from Maryland. Tourism works from Maryland.